Hello again. Now that it's morning in the game and a little easier for everybody to see, we're going to work on some stuff. I had made a short video, almost 30 minutes long, on me expanding this out a little bit, just and getting materials in preparation for some of the upgrades that I wanted to get. Grinding for the upgrades isn't exactly the fun part. The fun part is using said upgrades. So one of the first things I want to get is base building. It's with all these foundations. We are not going to be playing on spaghetti level. I also want to get obstacle clearing, which will get us a chainsaw and the biofuel upgrades. And then I want to get logistics. Logistics is going to allow us to split conveyors around, which we are definitely going to need. First thing we'll do is this. There is a delay. The ship is going to have to take our stuff away. So let's go ahead and throw this stuff in. Hit the button.
Milestone reached. Solid biofuel, created from any biomass, ensures maximum efficiency of biomass burners. To aid in biofuel production, the chainsaw allows for the removal of tougher wood and coral foliage. Additionally, your pocket dimension has been inflated to increase inventory size. Inspirational note: will you be the Fix-It Employee of the Month? You could be if you construct, automate, explore and exploit by eliminating all obstacles to efficiency. This isn't just fun, it's contractually mandated fun.
Okay, so as you can see in the corner, we have 2 minutes 17 seconds until the ship comes back. In the meantime, what we'll do is, well, okay, first what we're going to do is resolve that issue. We're going to take all of this fuel out. It's probably this one that failed on us. Yep. That is okay. I'm going to go here real quick, and we are going to create biofuel. You get the point. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Just in time for the freighter to come back. And then we will go ahead and send him back up. Because we're going to immediately unlock some more stuff. All right. So now we're going to go in here and we have base building and logistics. We'll go ahead and do logistics. These are must-haves. There we go.
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to save space and enhance the productivity of your factory. Fix-It encourages you to consider investing in verticality when it comes to factory logistics. If you feel stressed by this complexity, imagine yourself on the shore of a vast and calm ocean. Breathe in. Visualize all the people relying on you. The sea is made of billions of faces, each staring at you with hope and tears in their eyes. Breathe out. Feel refreshed and focused on your duties.
All right, we're good. We're good, and we're good. Okay. So, once again, that's doing its thing. All this stuff has stopped, yes. So, at this point, I could turn everything back on, or okay. For a chainsaw, you have to have biofuel. You'll notice it over here on the left-hand side. If you don't have any of this, it won't rum. Now, this is not an offensive weapon. Yes, I know. I tried as soon as I got it as well. Not on Mr. Bean, even though he kept scaring me yesterday. Notice the left-hand side. We've got 17 wood and 75 leaves. There's a small area of effect, as you just noticed. So, Now, you can chainsaw the pale berries and they will never come back. But if you chainsaw something around it like this, it will not affect those. Okay? So you can actually go around without fear of it destroying the pale berries at all. They'll always stay there. All right? You do not have to use them on bushes if you don't want to, but you can use them on the trees. They just added that whole animation. It's hilarious. Now, if you have a tree that you like, you can see in the bottom middle, it says hit R to switch to single mode. This is going to only destroy just the one thing. So if there's this giant tree that you're just like, I want to build my base around it, but I want to get rid of all of these little tiny trees, you can switch to single area mode. Okay, so before I head off, because there's a slight forest over there, this is what I suggest you do. Go into organization, throw down a storage container. Why? It's because I don't want to do this all the time. It takes away from, it messes up the flow anyways. So what I'm going to do is store all, which is going to throw everything in there. But remember, we do need that. We're going to bring any leaves and any wood in with us. So now, that's literally all we have. Do I want to do that? Yeah, that's fine. I was about to say maybe I will grab the rods and plates just in case I need them, but I shouldn't be going very far. So yes, super entertaining, I know. Enjoy the sounds of the chainsaw. Let's go further up in here. What'll give you the biggest return for your investment? Don't worry. There is also an alternative to this. We're not always going to be running out here doing this. Like I said, I just like getting it done one time. I might have to do it twice before I get to our next... the sound of those trees falling is very creepy. I might have to do this twice before I get to our next energy source, which can be automated. So, yes, I know what that is. I think I ruined it last episode, but there's a lot of stuff I could tell you about what's coming in the game, but the surprise and the shock of, oh wow, I get to do that is part of the fun too. Let's see if we're cruising right along. Oh, look at that limestone. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pure? Ha 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 ha. How close? How close are you, my friend? where is our base? So you'll notice in the up at the top of the screen, it says the hub. That's your main base where you're doing your upgrades at. So we know that's where that is. So this was back here. Just clearing a path. Bell Perry. Oh yeah. No enemies around it either. Okay, yeah, we're definitely gonna do this. Because we're producing concrete, but at a very slow rate. Okay, what did I unlock already? You know what? I gotta bring power up here anyways. Oh, I don't have any materials. I was gonna do power lines all the way back, but I mean that's not too bad. And don't forget, you can also hold V, do this, and it'll highlight it for me. So it's not like it's gonna disappear and despawn or anything. It'll stay. Okay. So this is enough for now. The sweet spot. Oh, come on. I didn't get you. There. Okay. I think that's enough vroom, vroom, vroom for the audience. Thank you very much. Now that everybody's tuned out because they're tired of hearing a chainsaw. But it's a chainsaw. All right. I'll even do that to where you don't have to hear it anymore. See, and there's another. Ah, that's impure as well. See, the problem is those only give off 30 limestone a minute, and a constructor needs 45 a minute. Otherwise, it's just sitting there waiting for another 15 to load in. Then finally, it'll happen. Okay. Let's build the machine. We have these now. Okay. One nice thing, if you want to pick up your stuff quick, you can do that. As long as you got the inventory for it, everything throws into your inventory. Okay, Mr. Bean, I know it's kind of like your road here, buddy. But, well, look at the right side of you, not the wrong side of you. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. This is what I do all the time. So we're going to do that there and there. One is going to be for leaves. By the way, you hold down control and left click on the leaves and it'll throw everything that is leaves into there. Hold down left control, click on it, everything that's wood. That's a pretty good haul. And then what we're going to do is production. Nope, sorry. Yeah. Production. Constructor. I'm going to get it pretty close because you can increase efficiency with better belts. And at this stage, I don't want to mess with belts too much. Okay, so there's those guys. And then I have this come back this way. You'll see why in a second. Okay. So now the wood goes in there. We'll set this one up to do wood. We'll set this one up to do leaves. Notice it wants 120 a minute. Our belt's not going to be enough to handle that, but it is what it is. 60 a minute, that'll be perfect. We'll go ahead and take 500 and give him a boost by throwing 500 in there. Now, this is the fun part. What I try and do to prevent a backup, because this isn't totally perfect, is I'll do that. That, and we're going to set him to biofuel. So these guys are going to be making the biomass, and this is going to be solid biofuel. Okay, so these guys, that only needs 120 a pop. You could expand this if you wanted to. I really don't care to do that. And then, like I said, so this is going to be 60. This is going to be 300 a minute. So it's gonna, these are going to stop, right? I don't want them to stop. I'll have them fill this up, and I'm good with that. I do not mind at all. So now what we're going to do is this. Now, this is the fun part about belts. You can run them around. You can, this is scroll wheel up, scroll wheel down. You can move it. You can click. You can raise them up if you want to, lower them back down, whatever you want to do. But you can also, see how it says build mode default? If you hit R, now it's straight, and you can do that. And it's going to make it straight. That's part of this update 1.1. They just added that to the game. So now I can do that. And then I can go back into logistics and a merger. I want to merge this to that because there's only one input, right? So if you aim at this, you can slide this anywhere you want. You can't do it on curves. But you can do this. And then, still on straight mode, makes it nice and pretty and very, very satisfying. Or at least satisfactory. Now, so that's going to go there to there to there to there to there. And then we're going to need to run a belt to there. Uh-oh, it's in an invalid shape. Let's try it the opposite direction. That's going to clip. See how it's yellow? It's because it's going to clip into that. We don't want that. That doesn't look pretty. So instead, we'll do this, and it's a nice curve. Once again, I just hit R, and it just did a little curve like that. On flat ground, I'm not looking for pretty. Right now, I'm just trying to get it to work, right? Okay, now I'm going to create one biomass burner all by itself. Now, these do have, they used to not before 1.0. They do have a place that you could run a conveyor belt into them. This guy, I'm not really worried about doing that. And the main reason is he barely runs. He doesn't do a whole lot. So we're going to run a power cord from him. You know what? We'll just put it right up here. And that's one connection, 2, 3, and 4. Now we just got to give him some fuel. And we made some. Going to go ahead and throw it in. Now when these three stop, the machine is going to stop. This is going to run. Even if it's got fuel in it, its output is going to drop down to 0.1. It's basically going to do nothing. So even if you run out of materials here, you don't have to run over and turn all this off. If you leave this off of your power grid, and I want it off my power grid because I don't want it consuming resources for the rest of that stuff. So let's go watch this go through. Oop, that was almost a bad jump. So everything's chugging right along. It's going to get clogged up a little. That is okay. I don't mind. And then this is going to go in here. My main concern is that one going to get clogged up to where it's not working at all. 120 a minute. It's getting 60 a minute, so no, it won't get clogged up. These can go to stacks of 200, I believe. He'll tell us because he stocked. Yeah, he stopped up. See, he'll just sit there and he'll just keep getting more and more and more wood. And he's not going because he's waiting for more of this to get out of there before he can actually grab 20. So it's going to drop down to 180 and then it'll do another cycle. That's why it's idle. But you know what? There's nothing at this stage of the game that I can really do until I unlock more stuff. So there's our sweet, sweet biofuel. Now this is going to continue to produce for me even though I am not over here. Let's go ahead and take that, sort, and then what we're going to do is split it. I got 3 of them over there. So we'll do that. We'll do 2 5s in these guys because they're not as greedy. Not as greedy. There, there, and then I believe I was only using the single. Retrip it. Okay, everything comes back on. Piece of cake. All right. While that's making me biofuel, see, all I had to do is run out there one time. I know it wasn't riveting to watch, but you saw how little time I spent doing this. If you do not do this, you're going to spend a ton of time. Now, I fully anticipate this is going to go down and probably, let's see, what does this use? 2.67 a minute. So it's only going to last a few minutes, but I really don't mind. Because I mean, look, I'm already up to 32. Don't care. Let it do its thing. See, now he needs 120. He's not getting that from all of this. This all needs to be changed about, but you know what? Don't care right now. I can make it more efficient later, but really it's not worth your time. Oh, almost forgot something cool about these containers. What's neat about these containers is there's a ladder here. You can literally just climb up the ladder right there. So if you want, let's say you ended up with 2, you could climb. You can't jump up that high, but you can climb. Just don't keep pushing forward when you get to the top, otherwise you'll jump right off, run right off the edge. Piece of cake. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to unlock for you today was going to be base building. Uh-oh. We ran out of plates. Remember, what I'm doing over here, while I'm doing all this, he is making me rods and plates. No, you don't have to organize it like that. Look at that. 400 plates. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So now I definitely have enough for that, don't I? Show us some base building, buddy.
Milestone reached. Several new structures are now available for improving factory organization. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all events prior to planetfall, be reassured that memories of beloved humans and/or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
I'm going to go ahead and do parts assembly next. Yeah. Oh, can't put him in? We're waiting for him to come back. No problem. Let me clear this, edit my to-do list. This is what I was doing in order to get ready for this. Clear list. I don't have that haunting me on the side there. Okay. So, let's make this a little more interesting. First, we'll do the plates. That's nice and simple, okay? I already have the material set up. I left this one blank. I'm not doing anything yet. So once again, 60 a minute. But this guy, he only uses 30 a minute. So that's why it's stopping. And then he'll spit out some. He'll get to 100. And then he'll go idle. And just pause. That's not very efficient. So let's increase that efficiency. In fact, let's go to logistics. We're going to add this. I'm going to highlight over it and hit 0. You'll see it show up in my hotbar. And then I'll hit 9 on this one. You use splitters all the time. Oh, he's back. Okay, so this is a merger. We don't want to merge. We're looking to split. See how there's 3 green arrows going out? Merger is 3 red arrows going in and 1 out. Not what we're trying to do. We're trying to split this. All right, so there we go. Belt it. Invalid shape. Default. Let's just do straight. Nice and pretty. Doesn't really matter. So now every other one is going to go this way unless this is backed up. If this is backed up, it's going to force all of them to go this way. And it'll concentrate it all. More concentration than I have. Okay. So now that went out, I was waiting for that. Oh, another thing. You could slide under belts if you need to. That helps out tremendously if you are a spaghetti pioneer. But remember, this guy's still chucking out because he's on a grid all by himself. 156. It's not too shabby at all. All right. These guys probably have. These guys are more efficient, and they don't use resources quite as fast as the ones that you build. Is that 2.67? Let's see what these guys are. 4. See? So he's going to go through almost twice the amount. So that's why I gave him more instead of the other 2. I gave him less. I knew he'd run out first. Okay. So right now, it stopped up. Why? Well, because I haven't hooked these up to anything yet. So looking at this, we can do 70 total. Each of these, I believe, are 4 megawatts. 4 megawatts. So that's 8. So that'll be 56 is our maximum consumption. But we could handle 70 right now. Right? So let's wire it up. There. Once again, we're going to do a merger this time. When it turns yellow like that, it's because you're really close to another building. If you want to play like that, there's nothing wrong with it. It just bothers me. All right, we're going to double check. Oh, that's on rods. We don't want rods. We want you to do plates, right? This is my plate line. Yes. So I'm going to remove some of these, and you're going to watch how this goes along. You don't have to, but I'm just going to show you here. So what's going to happen is it needs 30 a minute. It's going to sit there and bounce between 2 and 1, or 2 and 3, 2 and 3. I remove it just at the right time. I don't know why he's staying idle for so long. So it'll sit there and just bounce minutely, if at all. You can see it flicker. That means it's perfectly balanced with whatever it's got on the other side. Okay? Same with this. As soon as it gets 4, 5, as soon as it gets 6, it should drop back down to 3. Because it's got just enough to continuously go. Because it won't start until it has 3. This guy's probably got a whole bunch of stuff. Nope, he's good. This one I'm sure is, yeah, he's got over 100. There's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with it at all. I mean, you could, if you're like, I hate seeing that, you could delete it like that and let it start its thing all over again. And now this guy's never going to stop. He's constantly kicking out. We can reset him if you want. He's never going to have excess here because this 60 line with a 60 belt is split in half. So that's 30. That's 30. He needs 30. He needs 30. And then he needs 30 as well. So that's a perfect match. I don't need to split the ingots. And then it gets combined. And now I'll be making these plates twice as fast. Not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. Okay. That was pretty basic, right? Pretty basic. Now let's get a little bit, just a little bit more advanced. All right. Not too bad. Part assembly. Do we want part assembly or do I want better belts? Oh, man. It uses these, and that's a major bottleneck. And then these, this and that both use that as well. So it's a big time bottleneck. Big time. All right, go ahead and do it. Okay. Throw in what I can throw in. You know what? Let me deal with... Don't worry. When that breaker trips, you'll get an achievement. I forget what it's called, but... almost. All right, remember last time I was up here, we had a few miners over here doing their thing. I would have had to have come over here, collected all the raw copper, turned it into ingots, then turned it into wire. Instead, I've got a lot of wire, which is great. Now I don't have to do that. But this is where the fun part. This is 60 going into a device that only needs 30. So guess what we need to do? We need to split it. This guy only needs 15, so we can actually have multiple lines. So this can be a lot better too. Oh man. Okay. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Do I want to work with this first or that? That's a bit more advanced, but I already have it set up. Tell you what, we'll make this a pretty base. In the meantime, what we'll do is go back down here. Poof. And we will do a little bit of math here. Nothing that'll make us cry. See, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 devices. 4 times 4 is 16. By the way, if you hit N, as in Nancy, or November, you'll see this quick search function. You can use this to come up with, like, hey, where are the rods at? And you can go in here and click, and it'll pull up information on rods and the different recipes. Yes, there are multiple recipes. We just haven't unlocked them yet. And then what they're used for so far. They're used for other things as well. But I rarely use that. You can also hit O to get to that menu, as in October. But if you hit N, you can type 4 times 4, and it'll be a calculator for you as well. Okay? So, 16. Right now, we have 56. So, 56 plus 16 is 72. Right? So that would definitely pop our breaker. Well, I've got a spare sitting right here waiting for material. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and split it all up. Like I said, these guys are a lot hungrier. So now, instead of 70, our capacity is 100. This is that spike. You can go in line and see where things are. All right, so now we should be able to belt this up and connect everything. All right, so we want a splitter once again. Missing cables. Forgot. That's what I get for throwing all my cables into that. Throwing it into the milestone. Whoops. Should have realized I'm using this stuff, man. I'm using it. Won't use all of it. There. Leave 50 extra off to the side. Okie doke. So let's do this. So we're going to connect you, not to that, because we need more. I don't like my power wires clipping either. I might end up moving that. This is another thing. If you put stuff too close, you got to jump over all the fun. Yeah, probably got to move that other one up front or in the back. Okay. You to you. You to you. You to you. Probably could have put two of them to that one. And then nothing wrong with two of them standing next to each other, is there? You there. Okay. Everybody got a good light? All right. Got a bunch of yellows. That's great. They're just crying because they don't have materials. So we're going to hit that. Go to you. Make sure you're set to ingots. You are. And then you. Going to go from there. Ooh, man. It's a little off, isn't it? To there. Going to do a split. To there. We're also going to, remember, middle mouse button can sample so you can grab something quick. There to there. You hear that click? That means you're set. And there you go. And now what we can do is, I don't know what I'm doing that for. We can do mergers. Oh, if we had the plates for it. Oh man, if only we had plates. Ha 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 ha. That's a whole lot easier than going in and ding, 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 right? So much nicer, so much easier. So now the merger, we're going to go from there into that. Going to go from there. All right, do straight. And then, see, I don't like that power pole being there. Bends too sharply. Sharplier. Oh my God, look how bad I can make that clip. That's hideous. There. See the lines? That's what I'm going for, and then it should be close enough to do that. Do that. And do that. So now we should have everything coming out. There'll be a little bit of a stagger stop in there, and that's perfectly fine. It's because he's got so many things coming in at once. So you have, what was that, 15 per? Yeah. So you got 15, 30. So because it's it's got an excess, it's going to do that staggering a little bit. And you can fix it a little if it bothers you by doing that, or we can make that belt faster. But since we don't have the next tier belt, now that that one's not full, it should go relatively well. It'll stagger a little bit. But that's really all there is to it. So now we're getting 60 rods a minute. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. All right. I would keep on going, but I know what's going to happen. I'll get carried away, look down, and 4 hours of record time has gone by. What we'll do next time, I will get part assembly prepared to go. But what we'll end up doing most likely, I didn't use that third miner down there, and that's perfectly fine. Oh, I can't forget about my my concrete up there. Is this still kicking stuff out? You are. We done with all the wood? No, we're still processing wood. See? It just keeps going, man. I love it. Love it. Just keeps on keeping on. Look at that. Already got 200 again. It's fast enough to where it can keep up with these two and maybe 4 or 6 of those. What I'm going to do next is start building foundations and everything. This building on the ground is very jankety, as you can see, based off of how crooked that ended up being. Like if I kept on going straight, these two would end up hitting each other. But the foundations make everything nice and flat. And if you hit R, you can get zoop, and you can carpet this place. So, a little lower than I'd like it just because the grass is poking through, but we can work with it. And the flowers. Yay. So, oh, I guess I never went over that. So, if you hit F to delete, you can do one at a time. But if you hold left control and just start looking all the way out, now you got to be careful. He got highlighted. If I hold down this button right now, all of that plus him will disappear. Now, if I just tap control when looking at him, he'll be taken off the list. Okay. So right now it's just those. I didn't get any power lines. I didn't get any power or conveyor belts. I don't even have to look at that anymore. I can just delete it. Now, all that concrete and plates go back into my inventory. Not too bad. Not too bad. I said there's only 2 ways to destroy things. One is to take this down here, let go, and boom, it's destroyed. The other way to do it but you get yelled at is to take it all the way back home. By the way, I didn't show you all what was in here, I don't think. Or did I? I can't remember. It's a packaging game that updating system, do not turn off the device. Sure. Okay. Ada is always watching you. Anyways, this is a little packaging game. I suck at it. Oh, no, we did come in here because I made fun of that. But the other way is you can go to the toilet and you can drop it into the toilet. And then flush. But didn't you see this sign?
Do you need me to tap the sign?
Uh-oh. She's going to tap. So bad. So bad. All right, folks. I'm going to let you go at this point. I'll get ready for the next one. Thanks.